covering the world of professional wrestling from coast to coast. A show by members of the Busted Open Nation. Welcome to the Nation's Corner. Here are your hosts, the Nation's Corner crew.
Good evening, Nation family and friends and fans. John in South Jersey here with a special edition Nation's Corner on location interview. Tonight, joining me, the owner and promoter of Capital Championship Wrestling out of Delaware, a promotion I am very near and dear to and been waiting to talk to this gentleman for a long time. So without much further ado, let's bring him in and bring him on. Mr. Marchello Squirewell, owner, promoter, the man behind Capital Championship Wrestling.
Hey.
Marchello, good evening, man. Hey, you got the memo.
Me? Oh, absolutely, I got the memo. I mean, absolutely love it.
Cool, bro. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you for joining me tonight and taking time out. I know time, especially leading up to the show you guys have coming up, which we will get to talking about shortly. It's very precious taking a few minutes here to be with me and do this. So, Capital Championship Wrestling coming up on this 1 year anniversary, August 6th. Blood in the Sand, their annual anniversary show, going down in Houston, not Houston, but Houston, Delaware. Like I said, we'll get to that in a second. Marchello, why CCW? Give me a little origin before we the present and future. Tell me a little bit about the past. What brought you about to bring this promotion to life? An all women's promotion, which in this area is kind of rare. You don't see it. There's plenty of female action on all kinds of organizations and matches, but an all female organization is a bit unique. So if you would give us a little rewind the past for us and give us a little history on CCW and yourself, if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I get started, I want to thank you for all your love and support for CCW and all that you do. Also want to thank Nation's Corner, stuff like that. I really, it's an honor to even be on, so I appreciate that for you guys actually making time to do this interview. I'm really excited to be on, so I want to start off with that. Much respect and love. So for me, I've loved wrestling ever since at the age of, I would say, about 3 or 4 years old. I mean, me and my dad, we were always watch wrestling and actually go to events and things like that. So I've always been drawn to it at a very, very young age. And then as I got older, I wanted to see how can I actually get into the business. It was really hard, trying to figure out how I was going to get in there. I played football with a guy named Sam Jones, who ended up being my tag team partner. And we would, try to find ways to get within the business and train and, do things the right way. And so we former NWA Pat Rose, we went to Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I remember like it was yesterday. I'm like, hey, when we're going to do moves, when we're going to do certain things, get it going. But, we didn't touch the ring for about, 4 or 5 months. Like he trained us like old school way, like old school. And, really appreciate, that kind of training. Really taught us a lot about the business. Axel Rotten was another one who a lot of people thought that he was just a hardcore legend, which he was a hardcore legend, don't get it wrong, but his mind for the business was out this world. Like he was just, wow. The guy was very up here, rest in peace, Axel, and things like that. So ended up starting off in a tag team called D-Line, done a lot of good things. And, was doing some thing with Ring of Honor and traveling and things like that. Met a lot of great people, such as the Briscoes. The Briscoes are like brothers. They're like family members, you know, like period. Like I'd do anything in the world for those guys. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Mark and Jay, man, truly amazing. Love those boys. My back for those guys. Those are my brothers. You know, it all really kicked off when we had a match with them at 1CW. It was it was packed. I mean, it was an amazing match we put on with those guys, and so it really took off from there. And you know, that relationship between us and actually our actual career and stuff like that took off as well from that moment on. But as we start moving, you know, forward or whatever, I've always been. That's just a little, you know, background leading up to stuff. I've always been a fan of women's wrestling. Like women's wrestling, you know, the athletic ability that they have, you know, the storytelling they tell within their matches. I've always wanted to do a lot of things. So being a promoter was one of the things that I've always wanted to do. I wanted to always, you know, run and own my own stuff. And I say, you know, when I get a chance, I'm going to run an all women's promotion and really help put, you know, women on the map and also help them reach their goals and help them reach their dreams and stuff like that. You know, I'm one of 6, and it's just me and my brother. He's a twin, and there's nothing but girls. You know, and I'm married. I got 3 girls. You know, and even
something like this.
Yeah, and 2 cats, and so you know, everybody, you know, is female, you know, surrounded around me. So I take it. I have a passion for women's wrestling, and it started off with, you know, the wheels started to turn, and I wanted to do things the right way. And so for me, being a 1CW Hall of Famer, I'm the type of person to where I never forget where I come from. So my career basically started off in Delaware. So I said, you know, what better way for me to have my promotion running in Delaware, but do it, you know, and run out of the same building as 1CW. You know, it's totally different. You know, that, you know, nobody's really, you know, doing something like that, you know what I mean, consistently, you know. So I said, you know, I want to go back to where it started, give back to the Delaware people, and then obviously do it with somebody who I've been knowing for so long, you know, Sean Hardy and you know, somebody that, you know, is close to me. So that's how it really, you know, took off. I talked to him. It became like this. I told him, you know, my ideas and laid it out there, and then he was like, he thought it was great, and you know, we formed a you know, partnership, and then CCW was born, you know, and then it's just been amazing, you know, to see how far in the short amount of time CCW has taken off. You know, it's just been truly amazing, and the love. Right. And what I want. Say that again.
I said, yeah, especially we're just celebrating our first anniversary, so
yeah, you know,
absolutely, and hit the ground running.
Right, and so, you know, very thankful for, you know, to where it's gone. It just took off like a rocket, and you know, and like I say, you know, the fans, the supporters are true and dear to my heart, because without them, there would be nothing. You know, there would be nothing. So I always love and appreciate, you know, the support that we receive on a daily basis.
Fantastic. Yes. Well, what really attracted me to you and your promotion, you know, our connection with Mission Pro Wrestling, and seeing some of the name of Mission Pro on your cards, I was like, wow, all right, this is definitely something. Again, as you've grown, I've grown. You know, we've become pretty close and talk all the time. You know, this is our first time face to face. Usually, you're running away. I'm out being a fan, but that's the whole idea. But yeah, it's great to see women's wrestling is something I've been invested in and interested in, and as you know, and all the Nation's Corner, I'm the indie guy. I see everybody on the way up. I go to the firehouses, to the bingo halls, the high school gyms, the boxing / wrestling academies. Me here in Paulsboro, New Jersey, I have the Monster Factory 4 blocks.
Yeah.
So I'm deep in indie wrestling, so it's always been something near and dear to me, and something like this comes along. I was hooked day one. I'm sad to say I didn't make the first Blood in the Sand, the very first show, because I had a prior commitment, but I've been to every one since and plan to keep on going until, either you make it on TV and forget about me, brother, or it moves on. But it's something I'm very interested in, and very glad to been having this opportunity to grow this relationship with you and the company, and I'm really looking forward to the matches on August 6th, which why not? Let's get to it. Blood in the Sand, anniversary show, August 6th, Houston Fire Department. Stack card again, man. Real good stuff. Some returning faces, some new faces, and first and foremost, can you get a better main event? Really, my man? Can you get a better main event? The three-way dance. Right, it's a three-way dance, which are always fun. Winner gets a shot at your current reigning, defending, undisputed first ever CCW champion, the mother effing King, which anytime she steps in the ring with anybody, that's a show and a half. But the three people you have involved, let's name it out for the fans. First and foremost, you've seen her on NWA. You've seen her recently on AEW. The Babe with the Power. Ring of Honor alumni. Babe with the Power. Willow Nightingale, who is also a CCW favorite by far.
Yeah.
Big reaction every time she comes against. You've seen her on TV. Back, you might even see her tonight. Is on Pack TV. Woman that's been having a strong presence, and I do mean strong, on the indies for quite a long time, but you see her now as the muscle behind the Boricua badass, Miss Tasha Steele. Savannah Evans,
yeah.
And the third, the feather in your cap, Steph DeLander. Don't know that name? How about Persia Parada from NXT? Yeah, the girl that was hooked up with Indy, doing that whole little thing before she got released with their boyfriends and all that. Girl, Steph DeLander coming in, making a CCW for this three-way. And the winner of those three, if there's anybody left standing, who knows? They all might be carried out. Those three go. It's a shot at Kylan King. So, man, strong main event. And let me mention one more, and they'll talk about it.
Sure.
Just caught their promo a little bit ago, full of that badass attitude them kids have. And of course, I'm talking about my favorite, Charlotte and Robin, your CCW defending tag team champions, the Renegade Twins, going up against the Good Sisters.
CCW originals too. The Renegade Twins, the originals.
Yes, day ones. Went through and won the whole tournament to be crowned the first ever champions against the Good Sisters, who have made a splash CCW and definitely deserving of a shot. They did real well in the recently completed Capital Cup. They didn't win, but they went real far. And I think everybody's right. Everybody's forgotten about the champs, and I think they're coming in to mix and send a message that this is still our locker room. We are still the top here. We are the best here, and like they say, come get you some. But when you are looking at these talents in these matches, and we'll go a little bit more through the card in a minute, Um, you spoke about your upbringing in this and how your psychology was taught and everything. You do better than more than a few indie other promotions I've been to. Man, you story, which is what I like the psychology side of the wrestling. I don't need big, flippy dippy 450 tope suicidas in my matches, but you give me a good hard hitting match with a good story behind it, and the talent tells a good story in the ring. I'm there every time. I'll see it 6 days a week. So when you're looking at talent and matches and stuff, are you using that? Or are you looking to see what names are out there, who's available? Tell me if you without pulling the curtain back or anything. What's your thought process?
For me, I was raised on that. You know what I mean? I was raised on the NWA and things like that. And, my dad was a huge Dusty fan and, obviously Ric Flair and people like that. So like, I was raised on that type of stuff. Storytelling to me is everything. So like when you see our matches and stuff like that, you get the storytelling and stuff like that, but you get the full storytelling if you are subscribed to Title Match Network. You'll see, everything like that revealed, and you get the whole big picture of everything. Everything comes full circle, and you can understand, what's going on. So storytelling to me is everything. And I think that's something that I believe in, and will always continue to believe in. That to me, that's big. That's what I love to do, and with my company is near and dear to my heart, and that's what it's all about. Telling a good story, getting things going, and rocking and rolling. So speaking of that, you mentioned the triple threat match, and the winner gets a shot at basically any title that they desire. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gunning for the king, but any shot that they desire, a title that they desire, they get a chance at that. So that you got powerhouses, man. It's hard hitting, like amazing athletes. Everybody is truly amazing. It can go anyway. You don't know where it's going to go. There's no weak link, so to speak. Everybody
not no three.
Yeah, they can go. So that's going to be very interesting. And obviously, when you were talking, you mentioned the CCW originals, CCW tag team champions, and Renegade Twins, who are always, no matter what, looking for a fight. So they're letting people know, don't get it messed up. This is our locker room. We are the best of the best. And I put it out there. I said it once. I say it again. Our tag team division is really building and getting everything going within our tag team division, because tag team wrestling was everything to me. I was part of a tag team and things like that. So tag team division is near and dear, special to my heart. But anything can happen, but they're coming to make a statement. You know what I mean? They have been day ones. They almost had the titles. I mean, to be honest with you, for almost a year. And it's like, who's going to step up?
Yeah. They're both around step up.
Yeah.
248 and counting for them. Yeah.
And counting. So, you got the Good Sisters, and then, you have, Scarlett, and then you have Mother Endless, who's a new tag team. And then what's going to make it really interesting is, obviously, congratulations to Becca and Riley Shepard for winning the Capital Cup, but now Riley is injured. So,
Riley is on the shelf.
Devlin is still in the mix, because it started. Riley and Devlin got past the first round, and then due to situation and stuff like that, Becca was able to fill in, and then they won the whole tournament. So it's going to be real interesting to see how things interact between two people who haven't met, but they have one thing in common, which is Riley Shepard, and things like that. So I was going to see,
Right.
will they link up or will they bump heads? I mean, who knows? But if they decide to, do what's right, because that title shot is still offered. You know what I mean? They still have a shot at the title.
Right.
So if those two link up and say, hey, look, she's out, whatever, let's go see what we can do, then that's going to be interesting in itself.
Sure. Yeah, it was a real fun tournament to watch and see. Yeah, ultimately seeing Riley and Becca come together due to circumstances and actually go out and win it. And then now poor Riley gets injured. She's on the shelf for God knows who long. Shout out to the Gladiator to Geesh. Get well soon, my girl. We wish you in the ring. We want it as soon as possible, happy and healthy. But circle back for a second. You mentioned Title Match Network. I'm aware of it, obviously, and a lot of the folks in the Nation's Corner are. But if you're one of those ones that are not, all of CCW's matches, all their cards are available on Title Match Network. Sign up, subscribe. It's right there on demand. Go back, watch everything. You can see all the highlights of CCW crowning their inaugural actual champions, the champion Kyle and King, the tag team champions, the Renegade Twins, and also the tournament and the crowning of the first ever inaugural Title Match Network champion. Shout out to Title Match for sponsoring the belt, but you can see Spice Ranger Kayla Sparks go through and went to become the first ever Title Match Network champion. And two things that they just dropped on there that I absolutely love, and if you don't get Title Match for anything else, get for these two things. They just dropped two specials on the network that are available on demand. One is the Best of CCW, which is an excellently put together program that again shows the crowning of all the champions, some of the best matches in there, and my favorite, because she is one of my favorites in there. Everybody who knows me knows that you laid out the best of them, Mother effing King, Kylan King's highlight reel with her matches leading up to her becoming the CCW champion, and then subsequent matches afterwards, including an absolute banger the last time out. She was there with Trisha Dora, the Afro Punk, which was a fantastic match. So, if nothing else, they're friends and they do support us. But by all man, get the subscription, watch CCW's stuff on demand, especially those two specials. They're really both first rate. They do a great job. You have great commentary, Marchello. Alyssa and Ella.
Oh,
the Serial Girl.
Heart and Soul.
And Ella was one I met going to your shows. Alyssa I knew from her work at a couple of other indies and Mission Pro. Man, they're good. And you attract such great talent to that area. Not even in the ring, but all the outside. Your comedy, the wonderful Sam Laterna as your ring announcer when she's available, and doing backstage interviews. You really, man, it's so fun to watch. I come and I see it live, and I love it live. But whenever the matches drop on Title Match, I'm going back in and watching. I want to hear their commentary. I want to hear how they're on the match. I want to hear and see the backstage. Of course, now I'm out in the crowd. I don't see the backstage interviews and all that stuff, but I want to see all that because that does so much, like you said, about telling story and furthering it. And it's such a well put together production. It really, so it's top notch. Hats off to you for that. Hats to you for making it work. Now going back to Title Match for Network and the Title Match Network Championship, since we're talking the thread throughout this is the Blood and Sand. Got a new champion as of last show.
Yes,
kind of a crafty one. Another big indie star and Ring of Honor. In fact, you just saw her on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view before Dishonor last week as part of her group, The Righteous. And I am talking Chaos, the beauty of the violent arts. I watched as your new Network champion, defeating Kayla Sparks under dubious, to say at least, circumstances. There goes Scarlett and Mother Endless again, like bad habits coming out. And you got a few brewing over here, my friend. Vita and Mother Endless and Scarlett, and maybe who else, with the twins and Kayla and Kylan. Vita wants to come.
Yeah.
Vita wants to come in and do what she does best, man. Cause that's what she does,
man.
And,
but you know what? This was brewing for a while. She was dropping seed and letting you know that something's coming, you know, and it definitely, you know, took us toward the last show. You know, she's somebody who is extremely ruthless, you know, and basically, quote unquote, what a lot of people would like to say is she's the cult leader of that group.
Yes.
So she just doesn't care. And one thing is, you know, when you make a statement, you know, you make a statement, you know, people get it, but you made a statement and went after the mother effing king, you know, the champion. You went after her. Kayla came out, tried to make this, you know, to save and protect her friend. And then, you know, Mother Scarlett and Mother Endless came out and you know, did the rest. But that is one hell of a statement to make, you know, to step forward and say, hey, look, I'm taking over everything right now, you know, and but, you know, the king, you know, she was pretty damn upset. You know, if you look at her promo, she had fires in her eyes and said, you know, now you got my attention now. You know, so Bonstar and her crew got a bullseye on their back. You know, they got to be watching out. But I don't think she cares. You know, she's here to cause havoc and on anyone. You know, so it's going to be very interesting. You know, how this play out. And speaking of, you know, her being a champion, you know, if you at Blood in the Sand, you know, you got 2 out of 3 falls with her and Kayla Sparks for the network championship. And this is going to be really interesting, you know, because Kayla, you know, is she's sweet. I mean, this is the sweetest thing you'll ever meet, you know, meet. She works extremely hard. You know, very talented, love what she brings to the table. But she was really fired up, and Kayla was the one who issued the challenge. Like, she came at her, and I was like, whoa. And this is the side of the Spice Range we haven't really seen. You know, she was pretty much fired up a little bit. You know,
you look at her and said, there's not a mean bone in her body. Oh, yes, there is, and it's quite a large one, because it cracked very, very evidently.
Yeah, it came back. I mean, it was like, you know, like that fire in her eyes, and she's, you know, she's determined. She's like, okay, you know, she's ready for this fight, I believe. And you know, but Bonstar, you know, the champ now, is like, it's on. You know, it's on. So that's going to be, you know, really interesting. 2 out of 3 falls match for the network championship. That's going to be another one you have to hold on to your seat and figure out, like, man, like, this can go anyway, you know.
This is up on the call from here and from now. But and man, and again, just back to the storytelling, man. Way to weave it in, because we had all those issues early on last year with Kayla and Mother Endless and all what she had to go through, and you know, here's Mother Endless with Scarlett rearing up their heads again. You know, now teaming with Vita, man, too. That righteous path, ain't nothing to mess with.
Well, you remember, like, from, you know, last year, you know, when Mother Endless tried to get Kayla to join the dark side. Like, she's like, hey, you know, you come with me, I can, you know, show you the way, and blase, and Kayla wasn't having it. But if you also, and not taking nothing from the network champion, because, you know, she won the match, but who came out and interfered? Mother Endless, you know, in that match, and whatnot. And then, you know, her and Vita walked back, you know, like, you know. So that's everything, I guess, you know, came full circle. But Kayla's a fighter. She's a winner. I mean, her story alone, talking about second chances and what she's been through and overcame is really inspiring. And so she's definitely going in this thing ready to fight and ready to give everything she got. But I'm going to say this with all due respect. Vita Von Star is definitely wicked, definitely dangerous. So it's going to be interesting. She's evil.
Yes, very much. Yeah, that she is. Like I said, she is the beauty of the line. She is violent. But yeah, that's again when you talk about solid cards, CCW delivering once again. You got some other matches on the card. One debut, I believe, and a couple of returning ones. Megan Myers and the lovely and luminous JC Storm.
Yes,
JC Storm I'm familiar with because I see her up North Jersey in the Northeast on some independents up there, and absolutely love her. She is in the ring. She has presence, all that. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And then also sort of Rebecca Scott and Katie Arquette.
Yes.
And
Yes. I mean, so, go ahead.
I was going to say, we've seen Rebecca before in CCW, and I've seen Katie Arquette in a few other places. So, again, hats off to you, not going while your day ones and your regulars are so strong, and everybody in the crowd identifies them, man. Kudos to you for bringing in the new face. Some folks down there in Delaware may or may not have seen or only seen on social media or a YouTube clip or something, but here you are putting them, right in your ring. So hats off to you, man, because those are two good matches that are going to be. Just knowing the four participants as much as I do, they're going to be really entertaining, and I think all four of them are going to come out of there making some new fans in Delaware want to see them back there again.
First of all, thank you. I appreciate it. But Rebecca Scott is also, an original, and Vita Von Star's original, a CCW original and stuff like that. So, having Rebecca, her and Kayla Sparks used to be partners. They started off as a partnership, tag team partners, and Rebecca fiery attitude kicked in, and she said, I can do this on my own, and I'm going to do it on my own, and took it from there.
An attitude? No, not her.
And then from there, they went their separate ways, and they really linked up and met when Rebecca was in the gauntlet match for the network championship, and that's when it really became full circle, and they started to go at each other or whatever. But and then Rebecca was supposed to be in the tag tournament. But she said, I'm not, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a tag team person. I'm going solo. This is what I do, and blase. So she went on again. The attitude kicked in, and she said what she said. But now there's a different side of Rebecca Scott. She came back to CCW different. And what I mean by that is with her MMA training and everything she's been doing as of late and added to her repertoire. So, you look at Rebecca Scott and like, oh, she's petite, and things like that. But don't let the size fool you. Don't judge a book by itself. Yeah. She's very dangerous too. So, but she's going against a very talented, Katie Arquette, who's coming into CCW, making a CCW debut. Who's looking to show people what she's all about, the CCW Nation and things like that. So, that's definitely going to be another, really good banger.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Rounding out a good card. Marchello, real quick, we mentioned out here 1CW and how you guys basically run a co-branded show together down there in Houston. Shout out to Sean Hardy and his group that put on an amazing show. And I want to give him a bit of credit first because he doesn't run any female matches, period, as part of his card. Just I gather out of respect for you and what you're doing with all your female wrestlers and your female matches, and that's kind of odd, to see someone kind of step aside like that, because he very easily could book a couple of female matches on his card, and he doesn't. So shout out to Sean for giving you the space and stuff to let you in the town work and breathe. But and it's a nice setup down there, and you guys recently got television down there, the Delmarva Sports Network.
Yeah,
now, are you doing that too, or is that just Sean?
So we work together at that. So we have we do stuff together for that television network and stuff like that. But we still we have something where we still respect each other as two different brands. But we give Delaware, the people of Delaware, Championship Wrestling from Delaware, which is both companies, shown on the station and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. But as things move forward and do things like that, Sean has been just great. We are definitely supportive and rooting for each other, and got nothing but love and respect for each other, and it's been an amazing ride, and he's nothing but happiness and smiles and things like that, and one of CCW's, he'll tell you he's his biggest cheerleader. So it's been great. I mean, it's like a wow moment, because things happen so quick, so fast, and you blink and we're already at the anniversary show, and it's just like wow, so to be considered for us, to be able to take off and be one of the fans would say one of the top female promotions out there, with amazing promotions such as Maria's doing her thing with the Women's Wrestling Army, Mission Pro, companies such like that. It's just been great. And for me, I'm on support for women, women's wrestling, and so I do everything in my power to always show support to people who promote and really love and push women's wrestling, and so I'm in that corner, and rooting people on as well. People look at stuff. Of course, people are competitive and things like that. That's the name of it. That's just within people.
That's the nature.
Yeah, that's nature. Me, I compete with the person I look at in the mirror each and every day. That's myself. So like I'm trying to be better than what I was yesterday or last month or a year ago or 2 years ago and things like that. And in the meantime, make sure I cheer on and support, people who are, doing the same thing, because at the end of the day, we're all in it together. We're definitely different, but we support and we love women's wrestling, and so I got nothing but love for people who are doing such amazing jobs such as the companies that I listed earlier, and I'm just real grateful and excited and happy for the future for Capital Championship Wrestling, and just I'm like a kid in a candy store, man. I'm just like, wow, it's just been a ride. It's been an amazing ride.
Very cool, man. Very cool. One thing I do, how you do things at CCW, man. You guys got an incredible social media presence. You're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, and clips, posting this and that, man. And it does so much for telling the stories, promoting the matches, and I really like that, because you get the promos. You just had some promos come out, the Blood in the Sand, and past ones and stuff, in and out of the locker room series that Alyssa and LJ do. is excellent.
Yes. They're so amazing, man. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to say one thing. Like, yes, I'm glad you brought that up. In and Out of the Locker Room is doing so amazing. Thank you to all the support, amazing fans, people to tune in, because LJ and Alyssa Marino are truly the voices of CCW, along with Sam LaTurna, and it's just wow. I'm just. To me, In and Out of the Locker Room. Oh, and Rosaria. Sorry, Rosaria. I mean, these women, are so amazing, and I really, 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 really appreciate them. But Sam and Ella J and Alyssa, they work and they go and they go and they go, and so they make In and Out of the Locker Room what it is today. Such an amazing, thing that they do with that. And then, there are commentators. So, big shout out, love and support to all four of the ladies that I just named. But, because, I have an amazing team. In my eyes, that's what I think.
Yeah. No, I knowing as much of you and your staff as I do, man. Yeah, not too many holes. It's solid. Talk about it. Yeah, it's solid, and it shows. It shows in the production. It shows in the wrestling. But let's move to the future.
Sure.
Something that is a real big buzz, especially here in our area. WrestleMania.
Yeah.
40 coming to Philadelphia in 2024. Because of that, as I'm scrolling through my social media yesterday, saying, WrestleMania coming to Philadelphia. Man, I wonder who's going to be. Look who's going to be doing a show in Philadelphia WrestleMania week. A 3-day show with 3 groups I love. Capital Championship Wrestling, 1 CW Wrestling, and Atlantic All-Star out of right here in my backyard, Woodbury, New Jersey, are putting on a show for WrestleMania week. Brother, let's effing go.
Yes. Hey, look, it's never too early, right? So, we decided to get this thing together and put it out there. And, let people know, hey, we're gonna be in the building. I mean, we up and going. So come be a part of the party. So very excited about that. It's just truly amazing, especially, Mania week is just, oh man, that's going to be great. So we decided, again, I said, we decided it's never too early. We decided to put it out there and let people know, this is going down. So super excited about it.
Yeah. I'm excited to be a part of it when it all happens. And I'll let you know for sure right now, since that's one of our big topics over the last day or two. You're going to have plenty of the Nation's Corner crew there. Plenty.
Oh man, that's an honor.
Deep in there, deep in my town.
That's an honor. I love that, man. I mean, you guys are, what you guys do, and the love and support you guys have for each other. It's truly amazing. I absolutely love it. And it shows that you guys are very supportive in your love for professional wrestling. Period. So shout out to Nation's Corner. Everybody, much love and respect.
All right, Marchello. What else is in the future? Where do you see? Well, we're on the 1-year anniversary. Where do you see a year from now? 5 years from now?
For me, I just continue to see Capital Championship Wrestling evolving. Continue to grow. Get better at, what we do, continue to have great relationships with, with people, like, for example, bringing something up, like, Kayla Sparge, when Women's Wrestling Army debuted, she defended the network title, on that show. And then, Colleen Keene defended, our title on a Mission Pro show. So, just having, wonderful things like that happen is really good for the business. Seeing people support one another is truly great. So I just see ourselves just evolving, growing, and working on, just trying to, you know, give the fans, you know, amazing, you know, show. You know, that's what I see, you know. So I tell you the truth, to be honest with you, I have belief and faith within, you know, CCW when launching and getting it going, but I had no idea that it would go like this, It's quick, you know what I mean? So I'm not complaining, but I was just like, whoa, like this is amazing. But you know, so just been truly thankful for everything and the love and support and, you know, the people that I surround myself with, which is absolutely great people. You know, I always think, you know, from people setting up the ring to you know, our announcers to people keeping track of the time to uh, the referees, you know, my camera guys, you know, my backstage, you know, coordinator, everybody, you know, because everybody's a part. It was a vision that I had, and I had to get the right pieces together, and also make sure everybody's on the same page. And so here we're just a unit, we're a team. We go and you know we believe in what we do and how we do it. So you know, those guys work just as hard. You know, I can easily like, yeah, you know, me, blah, 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 blah. But nah, it's I gotta give, you know, I have the vision and plan, but they're grinding too. They're doing work too. So I don't want that to get overlooked because you know, they're dear to my heart too. I really appreciate every last one of them.
Fantastic. It shows, man. Like I said, it shows, and then it shows in the production of it. Where can after this amazing interview, where can folks get a hold of you, Marchello? Why don't you put it out there on the socials?
Yeah, so you know, we're on Instagram and Twitter at CCW Action. You can definitely, you know, check us out over there. You know, yeah, we you can check out everything that we got going on over there, the latest and greatest stuff that's going on. You can even hit us up, you know, we hit you back.
Yes,
you know,
we'll say that you do, you sure do.
I make that, you know, it's very important to me, you know, no matter how tired or no matter, you know, what I got going on, I always got to respond back to, you know, the fans and the people who are supporting, because again, you know, without the fans, what are you? You know what I mean? Like, what are you, man? So, you know, it's like a thing that, you know, we're in this thing together. And for me, with Capital Championship Wrestling, the fans are like family members. Like anybody involved, anybody who support, anybody who understand what's going on, you're part of the family. So that's how I'm gonna treat you. I'm gonna treat you like family. And you know, there's nothing different. You know, you're part of the actual family. So again, you hear me say 1,000,000,001 times and anything and everything that I do. Thank you. You know, and I also got to give a shout out to everybody who's a part of the CCW roster, especially my day ones, because these people also took a chance on something that was just a vision at first. You know, it was just a vision. You know, they gambled too. You know, and so they made everything to what it is today. So much love and respect to each and every last one of them.
Very cool, man. Very, very cool. I got a couple I'll throw out for you. YouTube.com/Capital Championship Wrestling. Check out the promos in the clip there. WhatAmaneuver.com. Get the merch, baby. Get shirts. 2 cool designs. They got a cool one with their other logo that I'm going to get either at the next show, most definitely, or off of What a Maneuver. Represent, people. This is what keeps it going. This buying merch, going to the show, supporting the wrestlers and organizations. Sponsor, support indie wrestling. Support good organizations like Capital Championship Wrestling.
Thank you.
They treat you good. They take care of you. You know, like you said, it's family. So we're going to wrap up with that. But until that August 6th, Blood in the Sand, Capital Championship Wrestling's first anniversary show. You heard us go through the card. Look on the social medias and check it for yourself. People, this is a great card that you don't want to miss. Get your butts to house in Delaware. Pay your ticket. Come sit and watch the show and watch these women perform. You will not be disappointed. So with that, I guess Marchello Squirewell, owner and promoter of Capital Championship Wrestling. I am John Southers. You can find me at Twisted Metal Fab on the Twitter and the IG. Hashtag Nation's Corner on location. And shout out to my Nation's Corner crew helping me get this done tonight with Marchello. Marchello, thank you so much for joining me and spending some time. I really appreciate it. It's been a long time coming. And we're going to get face to face one of these days.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
Until then, man, you can definitely know you're going to be seeing me. It's come August 6th. I can't wait for the show. It's fantastic. And I'll be there waiting to see all the action. So thank you again for joining me tonight.
Hey, it was a pleasure. I appreciate you guys having me on. And please tell the nation that I said hello.
Oh, we will. We will. All right, folks. John in South Jersey here, Nation's Corner on location. Signing off for tonight with my guest, Marchello Squirewell. And you know the saying, Nation's Corner on location. We out here. See you at the shows.